few years ago, in a missions partnership we had in India, our colleague there shared that God had visited some orphan children, just had visited them so powerfully, Acts 2 style. And they had just become radiant followers of Christ, empowered by Christ, filled with God. And they were seeing transformation come to their community and communities around them through them. I've watched that happen in other places, in Indonesia and in Africa and in different locations. And somehow we haven't quite gotten that in the whole church, and especially the church in the West. I long to see the body of Christ all over the globe see what he can do in the lives of a child, to encounter him as children, to become radiant followers of him as children and for the rest of their lives. They have so much to teach us, to offer us, to contribute to the church in its mission to reach a hurting world. I just think we need a paradigm shift in our thinking related to children. God is passionate about them. He wants them to be in relationship with him. At the earliest age, he wants to touch their lives, to speak to them, to mark them now and for the rest of their life. He wants to raise them up to be agents of transformation, to be on mission with him for the rest of their lives, but beginning now as children. And the church has not quite understood that. We've sort of had a model of children that they need to be in a preparatory mode. We're preparing them to become mature enough so that they can actually do ministry. But what we end up doing is, because we don't understand they need to be in relationship with God, connected with God, empowered by God as children, in his presence, growing up in his presence, we miss the opportunity for them to be participants with God. So we need to move away from a preparatory model to a participatory model for children. I think the church needs to wake up. Leadership of the church needs to come together and say, we have a calling, we have an assignment. God is calling us to embrace his heart for children together. This is something he is doing. And if we will step into that, if we will get outside of our isolation, step into more of a kingdom mentality, stretch beyond our comfort zone, and begin to discover who else is out there that he's calling, figure out how we can lock arms together, join hearts together, we will see, I think, an awakening happen in our cities, in our communities, in our churches, in our nation, in the world. I think God is going to use children as a catalyst to unite his body around the world for the greatest awakening, perhaps in history.